Hello friends, welcome to another Say It Loud podcast. I'm your host, Matt Jones. We had one of my favorite types of guests on the show this week. His name is Ray Prim. He's a singer, songwriter, soul writer. He's been making music for a long time. He has a very prolific catalog that you can check out on Bandcamp, on Spotify. He just had a new EP come out called Stay Afloat. He's getting himself into the mixing game as well. But I like having a guy like Ray on the show because he's not afraid to give his opinion or to talk about what matters to him, what he cares about, his own life experiences, his own history. He's not afraid to use his social networking to express himself. I really enjoyed hearing him talk about his voice, how he's developed that as an instrument over the years. Did you know that Ray is also addicted to television? And he also writes a lot of his songs based on what he sees on TV now. And if you ever see him in public, don't bring up Felicity's haircut. That's a hot button issue for him. But we appreciate him coming onto the show, sharing himself with us, telling us about all the music he's played over the years. Go to rayprim.com. And for the Fair City Fire guys, always check out faircityfire.com. Check out their music on Spotify as well. We appreciate you listening. Stay warm out there, friends, and enjoy.
I got to be at work at 5:45.
No kidding.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work at the docks at IBM.
Yeah. No kidding.
Ever since I came off a tour.
Yeah. It sounds like you're going to have an encounter with Batman or something like that tomorrow morning.
With who?
A Batman? Like, it's like, hey, I work on the docks. It's like, oh my God, this is how movies start. Yeah. It's gonna get
I'm here. The bat signal.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing that glamorous. It's boring as hell. I sit and wait for trucks all day long.
How long have you worked there?
For 16 years when I quit Seven Stones. When I quit the band I was touring in. I was sick of living in the house with four other guys. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, then I think two of the guys went and got girlfriends and shit. So can I curse? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one that people, when they find out, when they meet me, like, I didn't know you curse so much.
That's fine.
So, when I came off a tour, I was like, I want to, I didn't have a job. I hadn't had a full-time job my entire life. I just, worked at Gap sometimes and worked at Burger King a couple here or there, movie theater here and there. But when I came off a tour, I was like, man, I need a job. And so our drummer's wife worked for Manpower, and she got me the job I have now. And I've been here 18 years. 17 years.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I guess we could start. This will be part of it, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, welcome, Ray Prim. We're already in conversation.
Oh, we hadn't started?
Yeah, I guess we did. That's how it usually starts. But I want to let the people know that, Ray Prim is here. We've got Brett, Brian,
Hey,
Clint,
hello,
Joe,
hey,
and I'm Matt. So welcome to the Say It Loud podcast.
So what do each one of y'all do in the band? Like you say, because I've seen y'all once, but I can't remember exactly what y'all do.
I play the bass and do little backup vocals here and there.
You're the lead singer, right?
Yeah, guitar too.
I am the most recent addition. I play lead guitar.
Yeah, but it's been like a year and a half.
Yeah,
right?
It has.
Yeah,
it's been a while now.
Almost 2 years.
He's not the new kid anymore.
Yeah, well, we also smoke a lot of pot, so it seems like it's
it's
still
like
new.
a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I played drums.
Drums.
Like last thing left.
Yes, do you have a Do you have a keyboard player?
No,
Not yet.
That'd be awesome.
Actually, Clint replaced him.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Derek played keys sometime.
Oh,
We're talking about the X again. We always
Clint
talk
hates
about
when we
I
talk
play
about our
keys
ex. Yeah.
Play keys.
I played keys. You guys never asked me
Break
to
out
play
the
keys.
keyboard.
You never said you wanted to.
Oh my god.
Did he say he wanted to?
Yes.
You have to
Okay, I'll
request
let
it.
it slide.
Yeah.
So Ray, you're, I think, to me, you're known as a vocalist, guitar player. But
I'm not a guitar player.
You have a
I know
guitar.
about 4 chords.
You have a guitar on your lap sometimes.
Yeah.
You carry a guitar.
Yeah, I carry it around. make it look like know what I'm doing, but
right.
Yeah.
And man, your voice. I kind of feel ashamed because before you were coming on here, the only time I had ever seen you before was in the Mexican Chocolate, which I'm not ashamed about seeing that, but it's like
the Mexican Chocolate.
Yeah, but I'd never seen your full band act.
Before.
Oh
yeah.
And I was listening to some records today, which, by the way, one of the hardest things to do is to listen to your entire discography in one day. Like you are prolific, man.
Well, I'm in a songwriting group. There's a lot of people out there. So we have a songwriting group called the Soul Writers University, and so we have to write.
Is that with Tom? Tom?
Yeah,
Meany?
Tom
Cool.
Meany, yep.
Heard
And
about
so
that.
we have to write a song a week. And so I've been doing that since, Bob Schneider started one long time ago, and then I was in his for a while. And so when you have to write a song for a week, one group, we had to do it for a year.
Wow.
So we had to write a song for a year. Now, out of 52 songs, 2 of them I like. The rest of them were just junk.
But do you remember the worst ones?
Hell no, I don't remember the shit I know now. But it's like, I don't even remember the chords. Like I couldn't even tell you the chords. A lot of stuff. So a lot of times I practice like a lot of stuff that's on Bandcamp. I'm practicing mixing. I'm practicing like I'm not really focused on the songwriting part of it. I'm just throwing shit against the wall and see if it sticks. I just want to work on mixing the kick or mixing the whatchamacallit. So I get to a point where I'm just like a lot of that stuff on Bandcamp. I just throwing stuff. I call it the SoundCloud sessions, but every now and then, if I get lucky, you get lucky every now and then. You hear a song, it's like, okay, that might be a song I can take to the band. So then I'll take it to the band, and if I take it to the band, it won't be on Bandcamp. So if it's on Bandcamp, it's because
It's the end of the cycle, basically.
it's just something I was trying to throw up against the wall.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, but you're still comfortable sharing it at whatever point you left
I
it
don't
off
give a
at.
damn.
Yeah.
I don't care, because I'm playing stuff out there that I think is good, and people might not like it. So and man, there might be like 2 people that go on that. You and my mama probably went to Bandcamp. Nobody knows that thing's there, so it doesn't bug me at all.
Yeah, we
It's
won the 3-legged race. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Bandcamp. And so, man, so much to talk about. So I guess I was getting into that avenue of listening to you because your voice just rocked me, like completely.
Oh,
And,
thanks,
and
man.
I had seen you play live before, but then hearing like the full band stuff, and just because I want to get it right, the albums I listened to today, the To Whom It May Concern, which is
that's a studio album. That's the one
that was
that's a studio
insane.
album. That's the one I did with. That's the one that we got money from the Black Fret, and
Right,
we used
okay.
that money.
Okay.
So that's like a $10,000 record.
Yeah,
like,
so 2016, you were a recipient of Black Fret, like what, $17,000, something like that.
$17,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Damn.
that took that to Omar, and Omar mixed that record, and so that's the band. Like all those songs that we play there, we can play with the band, except for I Promise. I don't play that with the. I don't play that one with the band, but everything else we play with the band. So we play it like that. So except for some of the electric guitars and stuff like that aren't there, but that's how the band sounds.
Yeah.
But that album right there that's
Yeah, your voice just blew me away because I listened to the live at Strange Brew as well, and
oh yeah, that's when we recorded. Yeah,
and
but what's crazy is that I'm not the best singer in the band. Like Mexican Chocolate is on a whole different level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I've had people come see and play, dig my voice and whatever, and then they come and then they're like, well, damn, who's that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wish I could get him to sing lead more, but he can't remember lyrics to save his life. So, he won't
Call
sing.
him
I
out.
can't get him to sing lead for nothing. So,
I think that was the project I saw you with the first.
me and Mexican Chocolate
Yeah.
just chilling. Yeah. We play a lot because it's easy. It's like you
Well, I
got
wouldn't
7
say.
people.
I mean, you may say it's easy, but it's not easy to harmonize like that.
We've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, when we first started off, we tried to, it's like anything you do. Like when y'all practicing it, you got to get used to each other.
Yeah,
We've been doing it for like 8 years
Wow.
and playing a lot of shows, just me and him.
Cool.
So like, and then we don't like now. In the beginning, we got together and practiced a lot. But now, I just kind of know where he's gonna go. He knows where I'm gonna go.
Right.
And even if he doesn't, he's got the kind of voice where it's like, it doesn't matter. Like if he doesn't sing exactly with me, people are just gonna focus in on him for a second, and I can do what I want. You know, like we just had a show. I hadn't played with him in a while, in a minute, and so because we haven't been playing as much, and so I when I'm playing by myself, when you sing lead, sometimes you play by yourself, and you're like, I'm sick of this same melody, so you'll just mess around with it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've been doing that a lot lately because I've been playing with the quartet, so I can do whatever I want, and they're doing their thing. And I forgot about Mexican Chocolate, so I didn't even think about it. And so when I went to play the show, I'm over here doing my own thing, and he's looking at me, he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "Oh shit, my bad, dog." So it's one thing. It's like you get used to him, and at the same time, you can get too comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's just like, but we've been doing it for so long, man.
What I found impressive about that was because it was just you, him, and a guitar. You're playing guitar.
Yeah, just me, him. We do a lot of those.
But it was the thing I noticed is like I didn't notice there was any. I'd never even thought about there really not being any instruments because your voices take over.
Oh yeah.
And that was something that's kind of unique for a duo where there's not much instrumentation going on, and then I guess the instrumentation would be your vocals between the two of you, and most of the time I was just like I forgot there was even a guitar.
Yeah, sometimes I do the same thing when I forget I'm playing.
But it was interesting. It was interesting to see
Thanks,
that.
man.
Yeah, because I guess it's not something you see too often. Most of the time, like Brian and I do duo stuff, but with bass and guitar, and then like little harmonies here and there. But like the whole show was just boom, 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 harmony. Like you're saying, just strumming some basic chords.
Yeah, cause man, I got lazy, man. It's like I was a better guitarist when I was in Seven Stones, and then I started adding instruments around me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I don't need to really play a lot. I got this violin doing this. I've got this keyboard doing this. So I turned from a musician really into like a band leader.
Right.
Like, you know, and I'm like, now I'm saying, okay, I need you to play this. I need you to do this. I need the violin to do this. So I started, and then when I got strings, I started doing arrangements and stuff like that. So I was like, well, I just need to strum a chord and then make sure everything focuses on the melody. Because my thing has always been, I'm a big fan of Bill Withers. So if you listen to Bill Withers' music, it's simple, but everything comes together. You know, it's always been melody first. Me is melody first, lyrics next, and then all that other stuff is icing to me. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't really. I mean, I'll go watch a blues player and be fascinated by a solo and all that stuff, but it doesn't. To me, it's always been melody first, what they're saying next, everything else is icing. You know what I mean? So it's like, so when I'm playing Mexican Chocolate, it's just, it's not even by design. It's just that I just don't. I wish I could play like Ruthie Foster sometimes, like, and make it fancy and stuff like that. But I just, man, I don't know. I put in 10,000 hours. It's the same 10,000 hours. I don't know what happened with my 10,000 hours. I wasn't focusing on some shit, but it didn't come through. It ain't the same. So
that works out with the grant to like what, $1.70 an hour or something like that.
Oh,
with
the grant,
Black Frat grant.
Yeah, the 10,000.
That's a nice way to think about it. Yeah.
Well, the record was 10 grand. That's exactly to the dot.
Wow.
And then we got a publicist, and then I paid musicians to come in. I got some extra musicians. I looked out and found these high school kids. If you ever want to get strings, go to McCollum High School.
Yeah. Okay.
And they have top rate players, man. And the thing about it is that, you know, the top rate players, and too young to know that they should be charging top rate dollars. I'm not trying to listen. I'm not getting these kids. This ain't China, nothing like that. I'm not getting these kids working under labor, but I'm just saying.
How small are the violinist's fingers?
I'm just saying that they're badass.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like some. I mean, a couple of them wanted just to be there in the studio. I was like, no, man, I'm gonna pay you. This is gonna be your first. Yeah. I want to go down as your first paying gig.
Right. Yeah,
you know,
they're looking for that experience, so it's a win-win.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, so now they get $50 in their pocket, and they were so good, because I thought it was gonna be a big thing, you know. But they got the sheet music, and they did it in one take, and I'm talking like they did it great. I was like, damn. Nice. It's like, you know, and it was like 4 or 5 of them in there, and they were great, man.
So when you bring people in like that, you have the sheet music written out for them, like they have
for that particular song. So a lot of the stuff we write the arrangements. What I do, I like to. So I found that if I write everything, people won't feel invested. They'll get bored.
Yeah.
So what I do is I let people write their stuff. Like I'm like, I turn into a band leader pretty much. So I've got 4. So for the quartet, for example, you know, I say, you know what, you go write your part, you go write your part. They'll go write their part and they'll come back. Then I'll hear it and I'll say, okay, you know what, that line is not going to work with her line. We're going to change this line to this line. You know what I mean? Yeah. So once they feel invested, it's a better thing. So that's what I do. So when I got in there, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
How you orchestrate the musicians that accompany you.
Yeah. So when they came in there, I had everybody write something. So but for that particular song, I knew I wanted a big orchestra thing, and I ain't got time to try to get with 6 people and say, what you going to do? So we got Dave Madden. You know Dave Madden? Do y'all know Dave Madden?
He's got a great video game. I like this one.
No. Dave is like a badass pianist, orchestra, and he wrote all that stuff for that. And the song is Since '88.
Okay.
And they came in-
yeah, that's a great
yeah,
song.
so they came. So he wrote that,
Check
the
that out.
violin stuff on that,
Yeah.
and everything else. We wrote. When I first started off, man, I was doing everything. So I was like with my mouth. I was like, okay, I need you to play this, I need you to play that. But then it's like, it's just people don't feel like they're a part of it. So you can tell when people don't feel like they're invested, and you've got 7 people trying to get their keep their attention. It's not as good. Only person I feel bad for is my drummer, because I write everything with Easy Drummer and what's called it. And so he's got to kind of get close to it, you know. I can't have him come over to the house and be like, okay, now let's write something. That'll slow me down, you know. So he's always got to come close. But I mean, I don't care if he changes it completely.
The tones sound great on the album, especially Hey. I like the snare and the Hey. So.
Oh yeah, that's Omar. That's all Omar.
Cool.
You know, I'm trying to learn from Omar. And I was like, I've got all those recordings, and the thing about that is that a lot of that stuff are triggers too, which I learned hard way. It's like, shit, you can't mix the same way because he's got all his triggers. You know what I mean? So, and he ain't giving you that. You'd be damned if you can get somebody to give you up their triggers, man. Shit, they're not giving that shit up. So they want you to come close, but not that close. They want you to want them. So and I ain't mad at them for that.
Well, it seems, yeah. So for the full band record, well, also we should announce that on November 9th, you have a new, is it EP coming out?
Yeah, I mixed this one myself. It's like, man, I ain't got no Black Fret money anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I wanted to. I've been doing so many Bandcamp songs, throwing it up against the wall, throwing it up against the wall, throwing it up against the wall. So now I learned how to work Easy Drummer, which is a program. Because pretty much the main thing about getting the mix great for me are always the drums. You know, getting a good drum mix. If you can get a good drum mix, good bass tone, and then
Bossa
the vocals.
Nova.
Yeah, huh?
Set up the Bossa Nova track.
No,
I
wish it was that simple. But now I learned I learned my way around Easy Drummer, and I was like, okay, now I'm going to see if I can make an EP that I can sell. Which, I mean, you know, nothing really sells anymore. But I just made so it's like I'm gonna do a short run, 200 copies, and we'll do a thing at Saxon Pub. I didn't do a publicist this time. I didn't even really announce it that much. It's like I just want to see how it is, see where I've come as far as mixing and stuff like that, and see if people dig it. You know, and then if people dig it, then it'll be a stepping stone to know that I can mix some more stuff that way.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to move my way into mixing people's stuff. You know, just trying to because there's no money in making the music, it's money in mixing it, and doing it. Really, no money in that either. You've got to get people because everybody's doing it themselves. This is the worst business.
Yeah, there's money.
Stay in school.
There's money in stealing music, though.
Yeah.
If anybody's
That's
listening, stealing music is a
that's-
great way to make money. Yeah.
Open up a Spotify and
Yeah.
Apple. I mean, that's.
Yeah. You were saying before that, you know, a lot of the songs that get worked through get workshopped a lot, and like are maybe the top songs go to the full band. So on this EP, was it just about the practice of production, or are the songs still?
No, these songs on the EP. There's 2 songs. Every song that's on that EP, we can play as a band.
Okay.
Because I got all the like, if I'm gonna release something to the world to sell, it's gonna be a product that we can do. So I had the members come in and play. There's 2 songs there's 2 or 3 songs that we haven't learned as a band yet, but it's just because I had to go to London and I do all this, and then, you know, we don't see each other as often now, and trying to get 7 people.
Band
on the
leader
same.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, like this right here, y'all got something special. Keep on to this. I could never get 7 of my people in the same room to do a podcast and sit around. there's no way. It's like, the thing about it too is even when it's more, I find impressive about it is like even when I was in 7 Stones, I had 4 people.
Yeah.
And we weren't all on the same page. Because if you think about it, if you do the numbers, if 4 people are invested in trying to make this thing work, that's even a better chance of y'all doing it.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 people
So
trying to pull around, you know, 2 other people. That's just like, and bands that do that, they get it. Bands that work together get it. Bands that don't, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's cool. That's when I first heard y'all's podcast. Like, all these fools on here. It's like,
And it's literally
Damn right.
that's the right word of the fools.
I was like, man, it's like, and I kept listening. I was like, they're doing this as a band. It's like that's fucking cool.
Talking about the albums, like I was really kind of getting to the point of like, man, your voice is incredible. I mean, it's a moving voice, and I think in the record with the full band, number one, there was balance. I think you already sort of talked about that. You know, everybody kind of contributes really well, and nobody kind of takes over, and it includes your voice because you could totally take over. with
Oh, yeah.
anything, but it seems like you know when to use it.
I learned
properly.
that a long time ago when I used to play Black Cat. I used to, cause I used to try to do all the runs and all that stuff, and I had do you know Paul Sessom? Do you remember? I don't know if y'all probably not old enough, but back in the day there used to be this club called Black Cat, and what he would do is he'd shake your hand, and you could play there for a year. You have residency.
Wow.
You played there for a year, and we played there for every Friday. And and this is when I had the hard rock band. So my guitar player would be doing a solo. I'd still be singing. And I'll never forget it. I came off the stage, and he's like, "You need to shut the fuck up." He said it just like that. He said, "You need to shut the fuck up." And I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, cause this is Paul Sessom. He's like, "Make a melody, have something to say, sing it. All that other shit, it's just bullshit."
Dude.
From that point on, I was like, you know what? And I grew up. I mean, I grew up on the Bee Gees, the Beatles, old Motown.
Yeah.
Like before R&B became R&B, where they do all these runs to see how many different ways they can break a note down. Old good R&B, good old soul music. So I knew it. Bill Withers doesn't do it, but I was just trying to. I'm going to be the focal point, and it's just not about that. It's like, it's about the song. And then when you start thinking like that, it's like, does this song need me to do this extra shit? No, it doesn't. It needs me to stick to the melody. People want, and that's another thing I think a lot of people don't understand. Is like, people want to sing with you. You know what I mean? They want to be able to sing word for word with you. So if you're doing all this shit that they can't catch on to, it's not going to catch. I mean, there's certain people that are going to love it. But the majority of people, why do people like pop so much? Because they can sing along with it, and it's accessible to the brain. They can remember, so that's what I do. It's like, it's just a tricky line of being catchy, just catchy enough where we didn't want to remember it's not cheesy. That's the line you should always be fighting. It's like, is it catchy enough, but is it I don't want it to be cheesy.
Sometimes it doesn't even matter if it's cheesy, but
you
just don't feel good about it.
Yeah, if it's
it does just as well.
There's some pop out there. It's like, you know what I mean?
Cringeworthy.
Yeah. But Bill Withers is my hero when it comes to that. I mean, just everything he does.
Yeah, I agree. He's got so many great songs. Now I found it interesting that he got like such a late start too. He was like
same here,
37 years old or something by the time he had, I think,
a
hit song.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is
so love him, man.
That's
what I love about him, man.
Successful artists.
I'm gonna throw myself under the.
I got a year.
You can do it.
Yeah, dude. See?
I don't know Bill Withers, so what should I check out? What do you think?
Yes, you do. See, you think you don't know him.
I
you
do. Okay.
He sings, lean on me.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's like one of those. He's one of those artists that's like Van Morrison. Like people don't think they know Van Morrison. It's like,
Brown.
Oh shit, I do know Van Morrison. It's like he wasn't like
Just the Two of Us.
Yeah, just the two of us.
Use
me up and
actually, you know what?
Yeah,
I did. I grew up next to him. Never mind. That's right. I forgot about that.
You started saying the songs. I'm like, oh yeah, that dude.
But people do that all the time when I say that that's who I like writing, like who I like to write like is Bill Withers. And when I was doing the rock and roll thing, it was I was trying to pattern myself after Doug Pinnick, after King's X.
Yo, King's X, I know that. Yeah.
It's cool, man.
So I was trying to do that. And I was,
I'd love to hear that shit, man.
Heavy rock. That was 7 Stones.
That's
man,
cool.
Where I look back at it, it's like, man, I was still trying to find my voice. I was still trying to find my words. I was trying to be something I wasn't. That's the biggest thing too, is trying to figure out who you're gonna be.
Yeah. Well, 10 years from now, you're gonna be looking back at this guy and thinking the same thing.
I probably 10 years from now, I'll probably like, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
I won't be playing anything.
So like. Was that 7 Stones? Was that just like, were you into hard rock at the time, or was that like you just wanted to be in a band, so you found people to play with? Like, how does that happen?
Man, I don't know how to, like, it just turned into rock. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked rock because when I used to play football, and when I went from New York to Friendswood, my dad sent me back up to New York to play football so I could finish my thing out. And when I walked through the gym, back in black. Hit the sack. And I thought he was saying I'm back and I'm black. I was like, all right, this is my dog. I'm back. I'm black.
Yeah.
So that's my first real song I loved of rock and roll. So I would listen to it all the time. And then
awesome.
when I came down here, I was watching. What got me into music is totally something different. I went to a Depeche Mode concert.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
Wow.
damn, I love this band. And then
Yeah.
the whole thing of it, how they captivated an audience, I was like, man, I want to try to do this. And so I went and I was playing a Casio keyboard, and I had my upstairs neighbor. I was doing something on the Casio. She'd come down. So I had 2 Casios. Put the it's funny you say that, because I would put the bossa nova beat on. And, and have her doing it. I was trying to sing, and what got me started into a band, she got sick of me. She's like, listen, I can't keep coming down here helping you. Because she's the only one that could play decent chords.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I kept asking her. Catherine, in her other room, couldn't do shit. And so she had a boyfriend who played guitar. Sorry about that, Catherine, but you know you couldn't do shit. And so her boyfriend played guitar, and he would turn me into it. And he's like, well, we can make a new thing. It could be rock and soul. And I was like, I don't know about that, man. I was like, I never heard that combined. And then he showed me King's X.
Okay.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, it can be done.
Yeah.
So let's do it. And I had little dreadlocks and stuff like that. So let's do it. So
No shit.
I said,
That's
I'll do
cool.
it. And we started there, and then we kept going. I didn't start playing guitar till I was 27 or 28 is when I picked up the bass before I picked up the guitar. And then I was like, and then he was like, we're trying to be like King's X. I was like, man, I'm not standing on stage with this thing around my neck. That bass was heavy as hell, dog. I was like, I'm not doing that. And so he's like, well, we'll find a bass player. And so we started 7 Stones, and I did that for 12 years.
Damn, dude, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
toured for 10 of those, and the last 2 we just bullshitting.
You grew up in New York? Is that where you're from? originally?
I wouldn't moved all over. I was born in D.C. and then
Okay.
D.C. area, and then moved to Huntsville, Alabama, then to New York, and then Friendswood, Texas.
I was gonna say outside of Houston.
Friendswood?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah.
go play there on Thursday in Seabrook.
Okay.
That's the same area, and then I moved back to New York, and then came here, and then went back to New York, and then came here for good.
I mean, were you always going to be in music? I mean, was it always going to
No,
be
it
a
was,
thing?
it was I used to play football, and then I was gonna play football, and then with that did the Depeche Mode concert, and it just kind of my whole thing.
Yeah, you don't
just
tell your
changed.
football coach that, huh? The next day.
No, football
Coach, I
season.
went to this great Depeche Mode concert last night, and now I don't want to do push-ups.
Well, football season was over. Like football, and another thing, when I was playing football, they wanted to move me to linebacker.
What
This
were
is
you playing?
outside linebacker, free safety.
Oh man, you were an athlete, huh?
Yes, free safety. So they wanted.
Yeah.
It was that time when they were trying to move away from big bulky linebackers to fast linebackers that hit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Like
fuck
LT?
that, you got to be
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, you got to be crazy to play linebacker. I mean, you got to be nuts in your head because you have to take on a 300-pound lineman and a fullback. At that time, back then, they still had fullbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fullback coming at you, and then try to tackle the running back that's behind. Man, you crazy. You got me bent.
So how did you? I know you mentioned the Depeche Mode concert, but with the voice you have, it wasn't something growing up. Did you ever win a talent show or something growing up? Like how did?
No, man.
How did you get the voice that you have?
But I mean, I don't even have the same. I don't even sing the same way I sung. Like I go listen to Seven Stones album. I'm like, man, my voice is weak. It's like because I was trying to sound like somebody I'm not. Like it's like it took for a while. So when I first started trying to sound like, because I love the Doors too, love that band.
did some Jim Morrison.
Yeah, I was trying to play.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to do that. And then whatchamacallit came along. Who was it? The Pearl Jam guy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start
Vedder.
singing like that a little bit, trying to mix that, and then I'm gonna try to do this, and then finally I was just like, man, this doesn't feel natural. I don't feel right. I was like, whoa. It wasn't until I started playing my acoustic guitar and getting away from Seven Stones, it's like, this is how I need to sing. You know, it's like I feel comfortable singing this way. I feel like myself. It's like, you know, it just feel like myself. It's like I'm not just nothing a big deal about it, but it was me. And the second I found that, and the second I started feeling comfortable like that, it's like I finally found my footing, what I wanted to do, you know.
Well, what would happen when you used to listen to soulful music? Wouldn't you sing along? And
I would sing along, but I was always mimicking. You know, it would still mimic. I'm sure I sound like some people. Certain ways I sound like somebody else. But there's also, I'm a firm believer that not every song needs to be sung the same way. Like you don't have to sing 100 miles an hour on every song. Like some songs you may not want any vibrato on it. You don't need it. some songs, I've noticed when I need to hit a certain higher note, the vibrato is going to come out. So how do you control that? So, you just know your voice. Before I would force it. I'd be singing slow and be like, okay, I got to go, all this stuff, you have to make it, or you have to break it down. But it took me a while. Once I found that, it's just weird. Now it gets to the point where I don't think about it. Like I'm not thinking about, okay, I got to sing this way when I sing. It just comes out,
Yeah, a lot of it's the expression of the emotion of the lyric or whatever it is, and it's more important that it reflects, if it's a weak line,
exactly,
big weakness, it's okay for it to be weak. It doesn't have to be sung perfectly. Or
that's the kind of
whatever that
singer
even
I am
means,
too.
American Idol perfectly, I guess.
Like Mexican Chocolate can sing the phone book. I can't sing the phone book. You know what I mean? Like I can't sing a lot. Like people are like, why don't you do this cover? That's not the kind of singer I am. I was like, I've got to believe in what I'm singing. It's like I'm not one of these people that just be singing. Like unless I have a guitar in my hand or the mic, I don't sing around the house. I don't do any of that. It's like
I don't do that either, man.
You know what I mean? I don't do any of that. It's like I might if I do something, like if I hear something on the radio, I'm harmonizing with it. Like I harmonize more than I do the lead. But I'm not just a singer that can be like, I would never make it on The Voice because I can't sing because I wouldn't feel it. It's like I have to feel when I'm writing that thing, it has to work for me, and I also know my voice. Like people say, well, why don't you cover this guy? You can sing. Well, deep down in your heart, like people that sing, like that's not in the key that I can sing. I can't sing. Like you could kill Al Green. No, I can't. That's not in the key that I can sing. I'm singing in a key that may seem high to you because it's where I'm singing, but it's not as high as Al Green singing. Mm-hmm. I can't sing that. And you know what I mean? It's like, but they think you can because it's high for what they hear at that point in time. But once you know your voice, you just know key of C. There's certain things I can get high. Key of G, I'm gonna watch it. I gotta control myself. It's gonna go break. My voice is gonna break up on me. So once you know your voice, and you just write to your voice. But then you get a guy like Mexican Chocolate that makes you sick. Like I say, he could sing your order in, and when you get the delivery driver, it's a woman, she gonna give you her draws too, because that's just how the boy sings. The boy's smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Usually you have to pay for that.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, people love that kid, man. I played around with him at this one place. It's like he wasn't with us. He had to do something with his wife or something, and we're at Cactus Cafe, and they're like, "Where's Mexican Chocolate?" I was like, "Well, he quit, y'all." And they're like, "Oh." I was like, "I'm just fucking with y'all." I quit. But I swear to God, it felt like the air went out the room.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? So I don't even think I could leave him if I wanted to.
That's funny.
Gotta figure that out.
How did that start? Like you and Mexican Chocolate? How'd
We
you
used to
guys
work
find
together.
each other? Okay, cool.
We used to work together, and
That's awesome.
He's one of those people that just sings. They can just be singing. We were at work and he was in another room and I was doing something. He was just singing some gospel song that he knows. I was like, God damn, who is that? And I went over. I was like, what is that? Was that you, man? He's like, yeah. I was like, damn. I was like, man, do you sing? Who do you sing with? And I was looking for a backup singer at the time. Well, I wanted 3-part harmonies. I had a girl, and I wanted 3-part harmonies. And I was like, I was like, man, you should come out and sing with me. And at the time, I was just starting this band. I had this band, but I had a crowd at Lucky Lounge. So I was slowly getting the crowd and stuff like that. And I was telling him, man, you should come out, man, because I got a crowd. You could, he didn't believe me because he just knows me from working with me, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't
Plenty
see me
people
like, he
say
doesn't see
shit
me like that,
Yeah.
So he's like, man, you got some people out here. Brought him on stage. We started singing, and I was like, man, listen, do you want to? Because I was like, I've done it before. I was like, with Seven Stones, it took us a long time before we could fill places up. And we were on that. I was starting over, man. This is back when you could start over, and people were still interested in really going out. You could build a fan base. So it's just starting over. And I was like, man, we can turn this into something. If you come, I know you'd be the piece that put us over the thing, and we can start taking over, not taking over, but building it up. And he's like, oh.
You said taking it over, though, didn't you?
No. That's a bad choice word. Because if it is, I'm still waiting because I ain't taking over shit. But you know what I mean. So build it up, and so he joined the band, and then the other girl, she left the band, and I was like, well, man, can you sing the high notes that she's singing? And he could. It's just like shit. It's a wrap. And that was it. We've been singing together. That's 10 years ago.
That's awesome, man.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, we've been singing together that long.
So having the voice that I was wondering this, like, can you, or like Brian, like whenever you sing "Happy Birthday" now at somebody's party,
Mexican
can
chocolate sings "Happy Birthday."
like, yeah, do you have to like give it more, or do you just sing it like a regular citizen? Do people expect more of you now?
No, I don't. But I don't. I don't even
You
have
don't
to sing
even do
it.
it?
Mexican chocolate does it.
What if he's not there though?
They don't get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't get it. I'm telling you, I'm not that kind of singer. It's like I couldn't do it. I was like, nah, I couldn't do it. But he's, man, it's like I've never seen anything like it. Like, to me, like when they do that best male vocalist, he should win it. Like I've practiced with this guy. Like I've sat in a room with him and heard him sing in just a room like this, and his voice is ridiculous. I feel like Barbara Hershey in Beaches. Like I'm the wind beneath this motherfucker's wings. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I'm like, what am I doing on stage with him? You know what I mean? But it's like he's so good, but at the same time, you just got to do what you got to do. But he sings the happy birthday stuff, and people love it, man.
I bet
they would, because he goes off on it and whatnot. But I don't do any of that.
Like, to me, you know, I don't know you, but I've seen some of your online profiles. You're not afraid, I think, to give your opinion about social issues, political issues. Like,
you know why?
No, I don't.
Because I ain't got shit to lose. Yeah. I'm not out here trying to be huge or make it. Like, I only played once, maybe a month. And if I was like, well, you know, to me, it's like when people, like, I don't understand this phenomenon where just because somebody can play 3 chords or more, or they entertain people, they have to shut up and not have an opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you have an opinion on your page. Oh, wait. Oh, because you buy my music, I can't say anything. I don't buy into that. So it's like, if I lose you, you never. I mean, it's not like I'm not being disrespectful to anybody. I'm just expressing myself. You know. So why can't I say what I want to say? And it's my page. And another rule I live by is, I don't know if y'all know this, but I don't add anybody. So you came and found me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And most of these people don't know I even play music. Like, they just, this whole social thing is backfiring on me, man. I'm telling you, it's like the people don't even find me because of music. They find me because somebody said, "Oh my God, you got to check out this guy's post. He's funny." And half the time when my shit is funny, it's like my SoundCloud thing. I'm just throwing shit up against the wall so it sticks. I'll just have a thought in my head. I like one of the posts, like I saw a squirrel laying on the road. I was like, this motherfucker looks like he's napping. I put it on social media, 200 likes, 10 shares. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'll just say but let me say something about a band, I won't get a like.
Yeah.
No,
but I just say whatever's on my mind, and I've never seen anything like it. It's like you should be a stand-up comedian. It's like, no, I shouldn't, because nobody would laugh if I'm trying to just talk. But y'all don't. I said they don't even understand. It's like, I'm not putting any thought to this. I'm just throwing it against the wall. A lot of times I don't even care if they respond. Like, I had a survey. Somebody told me, like, all you need is people to come to you. You want to get traffic to your page. It's like, okay, I'll start a survey. I put the survey in and left. Never went back to it because I don't care what the answer was. I just wanted people to answer it and come to my page.
You remember what the question was?
But I do it all the time. Yeah. You know, I do it all the time. So I can tell you, like, if there's a question, people going, please come to my shows. Yeah. But if there's a question on my page, a lot of times I don't care.
Well, I think there's a beauty to that. I guess what I'm getting at is you have no inhibitions to expressing yourself. Mm-hmm. And has it been that way all your life? Or?
My mom always said my mouth's going to get me in trouble. But before social media, I mean, I've just always been, because honestly, because I don't think I'm saying anything. Like, I don't look at it like I'm being brave about anything. I just don't think I'm saying anything that nobody else should be able to say. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think this is what I do know is, like, what you see on Facebook is how I am in real life. You know what I mean? So it's not like, because I know some people out there, I'm not gonna call them out, but I know some people that act a certain way on Facebook, but then when you're around them, they ain't so tough, or they're not as funny as they seem, or they're not anything. You know, it's like it's a different persona, and they're purposely doing that. I think people can see through that shit. So, you know, only thing is I might clean up. I don't curse as much because my mama follows me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she, and some of my family follows me. So I can't curse like I want to curse, and I'm trying to clean that up, by the way, mama. She listens to that. But at the same time, but I am what I am, and I've always been that way. So I don't even think about it. I don't even, like, my girl says she wants me off of there more, but I'm like, I'll come up with the weirdest thing. Like, it's just the weirdest things I come up with, man. And the only thing I regret is making my pit bull talk, because she started taking my shine from me. I'm not even joking. It's like, people come up to me. Yeah, I was jealous. I was jealous of my dog. And it's a damn shame. But people couldn't distinguish between. They're like, oh my God, Penny is so funny. I'm funny. Not Penny. I'm the one making Penny talk. You know that, right? One person came up to me and talks like, tell Penny I said hello. I was like, I'm not telling no damn dog you said hello. What are you talking about?
She remembers.
You're telling me. She's like, because she's just so hilarious.
Oh man.
Say, all right, that'll be $20.
Those people are tripping. And I don't think it turns into to shows. I can't correlate of whether or not.
What are you gonna do? Like, Penny Sherry said hello today.
I know, like, Penny, come here. Some girl of Target told me to tell you what's up. Penny's like, what's up?
Yeah, it's where I think like viral things have become like less like correlated. Like, used to be you could like tag on to your viral thing and promote yourself through it, but now, like, you know, you find people that have like a video on Facebook that has like 10 million views, and you can go to their page and like nothing has changed about anything else that they're talking about.
Your dog probably has a
Just
fake
that one
Instagram
video.
account or something.
She probably
right
does,
now,
man.
Like someone else started.
They wanted
off of.
They wanted me to start it, man. And people have asked me to bring it back and everything, but it's like, no, it's a lot of work, and honestly, it's like it backfired on me. It's like people they just want to. It's not even. They don't even know if there's a show about it. They just want to know about this dog, and it's like, yo, you should make a show out of this dog. It's like, I'm not making no show. Y'all don't understand. This whole reason why I started this thing is to try to get you to a show. If it ain't working, I don't care about doing this about this dog. You know what I mean? So I stopped doing it. I was like, each one would take me like an hour and a half for a 3-minute video. Because I'm doing a script. I feel like I was on SNL. I'm over here writing a script and stuff like that. Okay, and then this is when Penny's gonna come in, and then I do my camera on me, then I do the camera on the picture, and then, you know, it's like, then I was like, what am I doing? I was like, I could be writing a song or something. I'm sitting here working all this time for a 3-minute video, and people same people that saying they love my video, I ain't see them at the show. It's like, this is ridiculous. It's like, this is not working. Not for me.
Were you a reserved adopter of new technology? It seems when I listen to some of your songs, and we mentioned, was it Sense 88 earlier?
Yeah.
You know, I guess you see it as, you know, necessary for our world for communicating. So you've adopted that, but you're not totally addicted to it, I wouldn't imagine.
No, I'm addicted to TV. That's the only thing. It's the only thing I can say I'm addicted to. I'm not addicted. Only time I'm on social media is when I need back there. I don't need to be saying that on the mic, but it's during the day. So I don't really do it at home. You know, it's like when I get home, I'm watching TV or I'm working on a mix, or I don't really do social media. And then when you wake up in the morning, I don't know, anybody else do that? When you wake up first thing, like, why do I do this? Like, the first thing I do when I wake up, my alarm goes off, Rick Ross comes on, and I go to Facebook.
Yeah, why do I do that?
I usually go until my legs go numb.
Yep, exactly.
That's usually what happens.
You do what?
Usually on Instagram until my legs go numb in the mornings, and then and then I know it's time to get up and do something.
It's like TV fuzz, you know.
Yeah. But I'm a
TV to toilet. Yeah.
Huge TV, because that's where I get a lot of my topics from, watching shows and stuff like that. You ever heard the Bell Sounds?
The Bell Sounds?
The band, the Bell Sounds?
I've heard of
it. Yeah.
She's a kindred spirit. Me and her kindred spirit. She gets most of her topics from TV. Because, man, because my life is boring. It's like I'm great. Me and my girl have a great relationship. I don't want to break up. So there's no heartache. My dogs are great. I go to work. I mean, what am I going to write about? Me going to work, everything? So I look around and try to view stuff. But, man, when you get a good TV show, a lot of my songs about that, and it's just about acting anyway. So you just kind of change the words around and you build on their stuff. I've written stuff about gotten stuff in Grey's Anatomy
right now.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite show right now is I could never write about it on that one, but I love The Real Husbands of Hollywood.
That's the one with Kevin Hart.
Oh man,
yeah.
But I don't know where it is right now. It hasn't come back yet. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, you like real TV.
Yeah, and I like The Good Doctor too. I like The Good Doctor.
Hey.
My favorite, my man, what made me write a lot, man, back in the day, I was on a roll, was Felicity.
Oh shit!
Damn, Felicity gave me some topics, man. I'm telling you right now. Don't knock it till you try it. I'm telling you right now. You better get on
I
Netflix,
gotta
get your
do that.
Felicity on them.
Oh my god.
You be writing some songs. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that was on when I was in high school or college, I think.
Yeah.
But
I haven't heard that.
I don't
name
think
in a
I saw
while.
it. Yeah, what
It's like all
Oh
these
my
memories
God.
are flashing
what's
back.
what
Correlated to that time period.
what rings back for you from Felicity?
Oh man, the month, the thing that I watched the most is when she cut her hair. That traumatized me. Traumatized me. I was like, why did she do that?
This was before
I've
TMZ.
never been that. I've never been seriously. I was so invested in that show, and when she cut her hair, I was like, why? It bugged me so bad. It's like I had problems sleeping. I was like, why did this girl cut her hair? I don't understand. She had the best hair. She was like, I was like, fuck Ben. Because that's the guy who she cut her hair because he was messing with her. I was like, I hated him. It's like his whispering motherfucker.
I need a reminder of who the main character of Felicity was.
Ben is,
Who played her?
she's
She's in The Americans now,
Yeah, she's
right?
in American. Ooh, that's a great show.
Yeah.
American.
Carrie Russell.
Carrie Russell.
Okay, there you go.
Points,
Points.
Matt Jones.
And she cut her. Oh.
She had didn't she have like curly long
Yes,
hair
it
or
was the
something?
greatest, man. She was just so, man. You know what? I don't care what anybody say. You know, and that and Party of Five.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
love Party of Five because because you know what it is. It's like you can write good songs when you're in a certain mood. Like you're like sadness brings out good songs. Being a sense of joy and being angry. You know those three emotions and if I want to write something to get them, I just tap into it and then take that into the guitar and then write around it. Every now and then I would write a song where it's like, okay, very personal. But even if I'm writing something personal, I don't want people all up in my business. So I'll throw some stuff around it. So I do have some personal stuff out there, but I won't tell people what it is. I don't want them all in my business. But that damn Party of Five, man, Claude, have mercy. I wrote a song that had me crying. It's like, damn, I don't even play that song anymore. Why don't I play that song?
Could you do a 90s television retrospective concert?
Probably. I probably could. I mean,
What if you did that and put on video on the back of like clips from Party of Five and Felicity?
That'd be
just had
too
them
much.
running in the back.
That'd be too sad.
Too much for everybody.
That'd be too sad.
I've
That'd
been
be entirely too sad.
Sarah's been dipping into Will and Grace, like the '90s Will and Grace.
I used to like Will and Grace. Yeah, the new one. I used to watch a little bit. Like the one I watched back then was Friends. I think everybody watched Friends.
Yeah, I think so too.
Friends and
I saw-
Cosby Show, and then I watched But back then in the '90s, early '90s, I was with Seven Stone, so I wasn't writing the same. Make me sick.
Let's we've started this thing where we, I think we were talking earlier about being a group, people that like to do stuff together. So we've decided we would start solving the world's problems through the platform of Yahoo Answers in a segment called The Simple Truth.
I heard that.
Simple Truth. So you get it. Yeah. So I've mined some questions from Yahoo Answers, and we will be the authority for these folks. Sometimes they need help in the greatest of ways. So we've taken it upon ourselves to deliver the answers for these folks. So if you're into it,
So waiting on the
Welcome to the
endorsement,
Simple
Yahoo.
Truth, Ray.
Okay.
yeah.
Don't hold
All right. Yeah, and so I'll just go around and ask everybody individually, but everybody can chip in. We can team this and give the best answer possible. We can start with Brian.
All right.
Okay.
I caught a rat that was stealing grain from my chickens. Should I kill it or let it go?
I think you need a nap.
Yeah.
I think you need to take a nap, chill out a little bit.
Think about it.
Yeah, you need to cool down. I think
I wonder where the rat is.
talking
though.
about killing rats.
Sounds like you're going letting it go then.
I think so.
Well, it sounds
yeah.
like the rat is in some kind of purgatory right now.
Okay.
Damn, I felt bad for what I was thinking.
What do you
Like,
think?
kill it.
Kill it,
Yeah, what's
motherfucker.
yeah?
He's stealing.
It's food.
I mean, I'll kill a rat if he wasn't stealing the food. I killed a rat the other day
What's the
at
point?
work.
What, lethal injection?
No, with a rat trap.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Peter's
Yeah, we're in
"Don't-"
Texas,
and listen,
man.
Peter, it was a soft rat trap. We put cushion around the barb. So
Snuffed him out
It took
slowly.
him.
Yeah.
It took him forever to die.
Yeah.
no, he was going right off the knocked his ass out first.
Yeah. In all honesty, we had a rat in the house, and just the thing had to go. So
Oh yeah.
dead.
Like here,
You can't have a rat just
I'll give
running
you-
all up in your
just
business.
Don't run here in this little index card size spot. If
Yeah.
you don't do that, you're fine. If you do,
Yeah.
That's on you. You know.
So
Yeah.
sleep on it.
You
and
can't
go
make
with
a deal
what
with
feels
rats,
right.
though. You know.
Also,
You can't.
now that we've mentioned PETA, we have to highlight them in the post about this, right?
Oh, we
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We'll tag them
PETA.
for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to mess with Peter. Don't
Yeah.
don't be tagging Peter. They're the wrong
Slippery
organization to
slope,
mess with.
Joe.
No,
Slippery
no.
Peter doesn't
Don't
need to know
tag
about
it.
this.
Stay far away from
Yeah,
PETA.
don't be tagging Peter. Let them find you. They're like
We're
the
just-
IRS. You don't be tagging the IRS. Don't be fucking with them.
We're just gonna have people with signs out here, like
Yeah,
Every
don't mess with
podcast.
You don't know
them.
about the new free range rat farm
Oh
that
my
they
God.
opened. It's a whole thing now.
So we'll let PETA decide. Should that be the answer? Maybe. So we don't get pints of fake blood sprayed on us when we walk
Yeah.
down
Blood on
the
us.
I feel like
No.
that should be a whole new segment. Let Peter decide.
street. Yeah.
What Peter do?
Clint,
Yes.
should McDonald's start making beef McNuggets? What would they even look like? I guess
I
exactly
mean,
what you would think they would look
You know
like.
what? I'm gonna take it from a business standpoint and say yes, because like we would buy them. We would buy them.
Weren't those
Americans
meatballs?
Americans would buy beef
Meatballs, yeah.
nuggets.
It's basically, it's a
But
little meat loaf.
little-
It's
It's
a fried
deep
meatball.
fried meat nuggets.
Like a
we would
steak
buy
finger?
that.
Like a
Dip it
steak
in
finger.
some like queso or something,
Marinara
Well,
or
sauce.
any
or
kind of
something.
melted cheese.
So
They
now
would sell
McDonald's is
that.
making queso?
Now I just want meatball,
beef
spaghetti
nuggets,
and meatballs.
beef nuggets and cheese. That's your next move,
I'm
McDonald's.
not into this.
I don't
Yeah.
like it at
Double.
all.
Yeah.
What are you
Double that
feeling?
revenue.
What are you feeling there, bro?
I don't know. Morally, I
Just
think they should not.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
yeah.
He said more
But
than
if they
you still
asked
worry
me,
about
like,
Peter.
if I was on the you know, the
If it was
committee,
2 a.m.
and
and you were
they're
at
like,
the
we
drive-thru,
want to do beef nuggets and this could work.
Yeah, is it grass fed beef or
Yeah.
yeah?
As long as it was, yeah.
Wait, should
I
don't know why I feel like-
Pay the
Let Peter
friendly
decide
cows.
this one too?
Yeah.
I feel like if when the beef nuggets came out, they would look exactly like the chicken nuggets. We'd never know.
No.
Like they'd look.
You
exactly
probably
the
eating
same.
beef nuggets right now.
I know,
You
we
don't even
probably
know.
are, yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
Reading some kind of pink.
That's probably
Because it
I
doesn't
don't
taste
know.
like chicken.
I assume anything that
They
I get
just-
from McDonald's,
they'd say, hey,
I
like,
don't question or
We're gonna serve
think
beef
about if
nuggets.
It's real.
And then they just serve
Or
chicken
not.
nuggets, right? Like that's what they would do. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a real
yeah.
question
So
people
that-
ask them.
yeah, that's real. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, these are real.
So we're gonna give that one a hard yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is like we're gonna see it within the next 2 years. That's going on that.
Wow.
So it'll
That
be because
part.
of us.
Bold prediction.
It'll be because of us.
Joseph,
Yeah, what's up?
have you ever sharded in public?
And that's a personal one, man. That's like
what kind of question?
Well, I just want to say it wasn't for Amy S. because she answered yes many times, unfortunately. 6
Many
hours.
times.
6 hours ago, she said this. Yeah.
Many times, unfortunately.
Wait, so this is just somebody just asking like personal
Yeah.
personal questions out
but
there?
it's gonna come off as you, Joyce. Your attorney. I would say hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you ever not hold up though?
Take the fifth, Joe. Take the fifth.
Well, how about this? Let's ask a totally different question. Have you ever had to throw away underwear in public?
Take the fifth, Joe. Take the fifth. This is Peter. What would Peter say?
What would Peter do?
Don't do it.
Let's let Peter decide if I had to do that.
Totally natural. Yeah.
Don't answer that question.
Just don't do it on animals.
What I would say is what I would just give them is do it quietly.
But can you if it's sharding? Is
Usually
it
you
quiet?
don't know what's gonna happen. It's kind of a surprise, right?
Do it quietly, and from now on, do not ever play Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. That's
Okay.
pretty much
Yeah.
what you shouldn't do.
Disappear if that game's going on. Just kind of
I don't know this from experience, but
disappear in the.
It's
Just
too late.
go ahead.
You said it's too late.
just go ahead and take that.
And Ray was trying to warn you.
I was trying to warn you. That's too late. You went too. You had too much detail. So now, like this motherfucker speaking from experience.
You know, I can't. You
Can't do
hide
it, man.
You can't hide from these things. I'm
think
not running
that's-
for office.
I think that's a yes.
You never know. Beethoven didn't think he was either. He was dropping the albums too.
I'm running for office, and they're like, Joe Valadez has sharded his pants in public more than once.
And you'll be running against Ted Cruz. He'll still be there trying to win office.
At least I don't. At least I don't shart my pants. That's my Ted Cruz impression. Is that good? I don't know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
How many times has Ted Cruz sharded in public?
I mean, several at least.
Find out next week when we have Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
I bet his face sharded before. Just seems like I could have.
I don't even
You
know
heard
what
it here
that's like.
first, folks.
Yeah.
He's hard to look at.
Ted Cruz face shards. You heard it here.
Yeah.
He is hard to look at.
I forgot what we were talking about.
He would look like. I
Talking
can already.
about-
He would look
We're
like.
talking about Joe Chardon on himself.
Oh yeah, it's just that's all
right.
came from
Somehow
the shark.
sharding got to
I would say that it was never confirmed or denied.
The shark,
that
the
I
shark
ever did
question
that.
got us deeper into politics than anything else tonight.
I have to say.
All right, Ray.
Yes.
Why do some people type their answers in all capital letters?
You know what? I do that sometimes.
Why?
Lazy.
Oh, because caps lock is already on.
Yeah, if it gets on, when I'm typing, if I hit it, I don't feel like going back. I'm too lazy. It's like, fuck it. They'll figure it
I
out.
think that was the real start of all caps. Really, it was just. It just already was, and it just happened.
No one wanted to hit
And
that
now
shift
it's a
button.
thing,
They were
yeah.
like, I don't want to hit the shift button the whole time.
Yeah, I do. I mean, because at work, like when I type in stuff, we have to do it in caps, and then so when I'm over there, I just if I hit it, like that's another thing. I just do it. It's nothing intentional, but it's just.
Have you ever said anything that ended up sounding way too aggressive with all the caps?
So does all
you'd be
caps
like,
mean
the
you're
truck's
yelling?
here? Yeah, basically, it's like it's kind of like almost like it's
I
like
didn't know that.
It's like you're yelling at somebody.
it's like yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I should stop doing it. I didn't know that's what all caps meant. I just
Yeah.
Well, now it's taken this form of like if you're doing it, it's probably some kind of like
It seems aggressive.
stupid
Oh, it does?
political discussion.
Or it could be
I didn't know that.
excitement. You know,
It
just,
could be exciting.
Yeah.
But sometimes it seems aggressive, I guess.
But it's usually
Man, I
like,
learned something today.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's what we're trying to do.
It's usually
Yeah.
like, for example, online, the words terrorist, Obama, Muslim would all be all caps on some kind of message board.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Some places we don't want to look.
Yeah.
Or like it turns like a simple thing into like an angry thing.
Or
It's a thing,
or
yeah.
if you do
Will
like
you pick
one
up
word,
food
you know,
after
like
you get off
there
of work?
is a problem.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Like,
Yeah, I guess I
like
do. I guess
emphasizing it.
do know that. I guess I have done that before. I have put stuff in caps to like, but I thought it was so they can see it.
Mhm.
Like, you know, so it's like it can be seen, you know, so, but I didn't know it was like,
Oh,
like
they're
the voice
seeing
is
it.
like the,
And they have an
Oh,
opinion.
there-
I didn't think it was like the voice is raising. Like, I was just saying, I want you to see this part of this. Like, and so if it's like a big long thing.
Yeah, like an announcement.
yeah,
Well,
I
that's
put it in bigger caps.
That's
like,
usually like on like a press release. Like that's what it's just like the attention, like the titles and stuff. I guess.
The way I see it is like, how are you doing today? And will you pick up milk later? Like that's how I.
no, that's is good. That's a good thing to know because now I can
I see
I can mess around. Now I
Yeah.
can work that into my things.
Your
I like
promotions.
Promotions.
I
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Promotions. We should definitely pay attention to your pages now to see when you use it.
Oh, I'm gonna be using it now. You're gonna see it
Yeah.
when I respond back to Tamika Jones. I'll do it all. I'll do it all in cap
Yelling at Tamika
Yeah.
online.
because I'm yelling in my head most of the time at her anyway. So I might as well do it in all
that's how you
caps.
should- yeah.
So
All right. Last question for Brett. It says, guys, how would you react if your girlfriend showed you her boobs for the first time?
I mean,
Wow.
I don't know.
but you hadn't seen them.
Happy?
I guess not.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we want to tell this person.
time, yeah.
how to
I'd be
react.
appreciative.
Well, I would be a little concerned that I'd already called her my girlfriend if I hadn't seen them yet.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
right.
confused
Yeah.
by this
But
question.
Maybe he's like
He's
15.
old-fashioned,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah, maybe
but
he's
it
high
wasn't
school.
you
He's
don't
young
get to see
fast.
You
him
got to go
until-
through a proper courtship.
You got to
before
commit. You got to commit, and then you get to see.
Nonetheless, I'd be happy, be pleased by that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Commitment first, then boobies.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
yeah.
If you
I
see
mean,
no
it's
tit,
like-
you can't commit.
Yeah. That's the answer. That's the answer.
Johnny
That was it.
Cochran.
Yeah.
that's Brian's answer. You see no
That's
tit, you
Brian's
can't
answer.
commit.
Yeah. Hey, you said it, man.
I
I
don't
didn't say
know.
that shit.
Brian,
Say that shit.
y'all can't see this at home, but Brian was mouthing that to me. I just,
That's how it happens if you're a politician. That's in the next video already.
Fucked. Yeah.
Ryan says
Ryan recently said,
agrees with the proposition.
Do you want this man in charge of your children's education?
Brian doesn't respect women. Listen to what he said.
yep, that's how it starts, Brian.
Yeah, damn it.
Gotta watch
Joe
it.
Sharts.
"Got your own record, hey man."
Yeah.
Trying to tell.
None of us
Please
can
come to
run
their
for office
shows,
anymore.
please.
Yeah,
come to the shows.
Please come to their shows.
we're real trash. You'd like our stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's do this
Shit,
for
I don't care.
PR.
Yeah.
We're real people.
November 9th, Stay Afloat. That's the EP title.
Mm-hmm.
Is out. So check it out. Are you going to put it on all the platforms to start, or are you just going to do the CD?
It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be on Bandcamp and the CD. There's only 200 copies, and then like I'm not even gonna make any more of that. Just after those copies are done, it's just gonna be online, and then I'll start working on the next one.
Very cool.
Do you do Spotify and like iTunes, Apple Music, and all that stuff as well?
Well, I'm signed up with TuneCore, for through Black Fret, do the TuneCore through that. So my stuff goes through Spotify and all that stuff. But there's a new one I'm gonna try with this album called A Wall. It's like it's AWAL, and they put all your stuff on the streaming stuff, and they don't charge up front, but you have to get accepted. And I was like, get accepted, man. What's this all about? So I sent them a track. I swear to God, they didn't get back to me for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I just figured I'm just not even gonna worry about it.
Not accepted.
Yeah, I figured, but it, nothing, no email, no nothing to tell you anything. And then they finally hit you back. But I
gotta imagine
they gotta take like a percentage or something.
Well, they do the percentage if you sell and stuff like that. But like TuneCore, you have to pay a yearly thing. For $49 a year.
Yeah, per release.
Yeah. No, it's not, and it's not. TuneCore is not a one-time thing either. It's every year.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they'll put you on playlists and stuff like that. But man, I got a check from them for To Whom It May Concern, and I think it was like $9. A year later, $9.32 or something like that.
I'm familiar with checks like that.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, so I'm paying
Got a
$49
$4
to get a $9 check.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I gotta find something else.
It's not good math.
yeah.
That's not good
No,
math
it's
right
not
there.
good math at all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna release, and then they're gonna put it out there. But I got the release date set at November 10th, I think. After the, not that any of it matters, man. I could put it on right now, and I'd still have the same amount of sales as I would if I did. But you know, you just gotta play the game.
RayPrim.com. That's easy.
Yeah,
Man, how'd you get that name, huh? How'd you get that one?
My mama. She's like, I got a good band name for you.
Do you know if there's any other Ray Prims?
Yeah, there's a famous Ray Prim, actually a baseball player.
No kidding.
If you look him up, he's Ray Prim. He played. I don't know what page, but it's old. Like the Babe Ruth kind of like era, like
It's
way
a good thing
back.
he didn't need a website.
Huh?
I said, it's a good thing he never needed a
I
website.
know, huh? He would have had it. And there's also a Puerto Rican Ray Prim, or a Puerto Rican guy.
Well,
Ray
when I
Prim?
put in
Ray
Ray
Prim.
Prim, you were the
Yeah.
first one up. So yeah.
Yeah, because I'm the other guy. He's not doing it anymore, so he's not worried about his status. He's gone. And then the Puerto Rican guy, I don't know what he does. Well, my full name is Sherman Ray Prim Jr.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, but I changed that because when I moved, I saw my window when we moved from New York to Friendswood. Because when I was in New York, they used to call me "Don't Squeeze the Sherman," Sperm and Sherman.
Yeah.
It's like, what these little kids know? And I think about, I was like, what these little kids know about sperm back then? It's
Yeah.
like, man, this is third grade now.
Well, they were
Yeah.
closer to it than we are.
You know, and so,
Several years removed.
and so, and then when I came to whatchamacallit, she said, "What do you like to go by?" I was like, "Oh shit, here's my chance." So Ray. So I started going by Ray.
Oh, wow.
That was fifth grade. It was fifth grade. I was like, damn, I got in so many fights over that my name. I was like, I gotta get out of this. Either that, or learn how to fight. So I can't keep losing these fights over my damn name.
Yeah.
I know.
No
I
more.
had a temper back then too, cause
Did
like,
you?
yeah, it's like you know what, you know you're right. I never did care because I would, if somebody back then, it didn't really matter how big they were, whatever. If they said Sherman, I start swinging and get my butt kicked, and I never learned my lesson. So I guess I don't really care.
Yeah, once you
Makes
get a
sense.
couple of butt kickings, after that, it's easy, right? Yeah.
No, they still hurt. There ain't no kid used to getting your butt kicked. A punch in the face is a punch in the face. That's it. It hurts, okay?
RayPrim.com, BearCityFire.com. Yep, that's it. We'll leave it there.
Cool.
Bear
Seacrest
City
out.
Fire, Ray Prim.
Go to Ray Prim shows if you want to know his nickname. He'll tell you there.
Mhm.
No, you have to talk to my mama.
Oh.
Yeah, but she'll be at the show, so you
Yeah.
can ask her there.
They were
So
really
go-
gonna go.
And then she never comes to my shows, so that's why you can ask my mama.
It was a ploy. It was a ploy to get them out to your show.
You can see her at our three-legged race coming up
Yeah.
this summer,
Yeah.
defending our
At
title.
band camp.
Yeah.
Eh,
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank y'all.
Thanks,
All right.